ready for a good view. Team, it is day 3 of my South East Queensland trail running expedition. Currently making my way up Mount Birrabumba or something. Birrabumba. Not sure. We'll find that out. Just exploring the Glasshouse mountains today. So come along for the ride. Tell you, it's steep. Climbing a mountain is a really interesting concept because it's a lot of hard work for a potential reward of a good view, but you don't know until you get to the top if it's going to be worthwhile. Usually it is, but you kind of have to just keep on going up this thing until you get there and then hope that it was worthwhile. Oh, we made it. Check out these little mountains in the distance. So just a bit of geography for you. That one there is Mount Tibrogargan, I think. And then the little pointy one, I think, is Mount Tiberwuakum. And then the big boy down there, I think that is Mount Biwa, according to the map, which I'm not very good at reading. But anyway, amazing. So now we go back down, and you know that it is a steep climb when I am nervous about going down. Normally I also don't love this ladder situation. Not a big fan of heights, so I'm going to take you with me as we go down. But normally I love running downhill, but oh gosh, I don't like this ladder. I'm shaking. But it was very steep, so a bit nervous about that one. So we're really pushing the boundaries, pushing the limits. Also, I haven't seen anyone, which I normally like seeing other people. Makes me feel a bit more, you know, part of the community. But stay tuned. So basically we're following a track towards that big one. And there is a track that goes up it, but it looks like that from here looks like big and steep. So we'll find out. Stay tuned. Okay, I don't know if I'm just dramatic, but it's so steep and it's concrete with lots of wet leaves, so I'm like, I could so easily go down. My quads though, burning currently. I wish you could see. No, it just doesn't show it. Basically the brakes are on and I am probably not going much faster than I was on the way up. Keen to get to the bottom and then keen to just get onto the next trail. Feeling physically challenged? This is just the beginning. If you're not confident with rock scrambling, boulder hopping, slippery sleep. Wow. Alright, am I up for the challenge? We're about to find out. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to squeeze in here. Got my spiderweb stick, but I'm going to get rid of that. I don't know if I can fit. I get stuck in here. It might be like that. What's that movie? 47 Hours or whatever. I don't think I can fit. I'm not that skinny. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, as they say. I wonder if there's a better way. Maybe I can go around. Like that little thing is the sign for the path. But I reckon if we go up over here, oh yeah, this is feeling good. Someone else has done this. Someone else couldn't fit. Oh, but now I'm up high. Ooh. Okay. So, meant to be down there. And I reckon if we go over here, I can just jump down there. Oh yeah, this feels good. This feels like something. Oh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, jump. Oh yeah. Got that. Another jump. We're back. Beat the rock. Ooh, I feel like I can breathe again. That was just as challenging as the sign suggested. I had read heaps of All Trails reviews, and I think that's the only reason I kept going, was because a lot of them had said first few Ks really challenging, rock hopping, scrambling, scary, but then it's fine. So if I had just started that and done those first few Ks and didn't know if it was going to be like that the whole way, I probably would have just turned around, because it was like that little bit step too far of like a good challenge, but I was starting to not enjoy myself as much as it got a little bit scary. But we're out of it. We're through the worst. Got a few rocks underfoot, but I can actually move a bit and not be on my hands and knees, so that's nice. Had a bit of a throwback to my Europe adventure. If anyone follows me on Instagram, you might have seen me getting stuck on a mountain in Europe. It was feeling a bit similar to that, but not quite to that extent. But anyway, we're through it now. It's only a 10k loop, so I've done 4Ks, but I added on the first climb. That was extra. So I should technically be almost halfway, ready to turn back. But I'm thinking, and not turn back, it's a loop, so I don't have to do that again. But I'm thinking I'm going to add on another little mountain section. Some of those mountains we were looking at before, might try and get around one of them. Made it to the lookout. I don't know where I am, but there's that. And those ones. That's amazing. Oh, we made it. Look at that. Wish I could zoom in. It is time for my favourite mid-run snack. Oh yeah. My favourite baby food. I haven't had this flavour before. Pear and mango for 4 months old people, babies. Let's give it a taste test. Alright. Oh, delicious. Anything with pear in it, I find incredible. What a place to be eating baby food. The dream. This is the trail. It's literally just a rock face. Again, as we know, you can't tell the angle, but it is like, I don't know how this is going to go, but there's only one way to find out. My concern with stuff like this is always, if I go all the way down and I've gone the wrong way, I have to go back up again. Ooh. Luckily these shoes, Hokkama Fati Speeds, very grippy. It's just like, oh my gosh, I don't like this. Okay, I'm just going to triple check that it's the right way, because I would prefer not to do it. But if it's the way, then it's the way. Sad news, it's the way. Oh gosh, alright. What if we go down this side? Is this any better? Oh yeah. Oh. A bit wet as well, which obviously isn't helpful. I might put the camera away. Oh, this is very close up, but we have resorted to the Sophie Lane famous bum shuffle. If you followed the Europe journey, you'll know that I lost one of my favourite pairs of pants to the bum shuffle as I slid down a mountain. Oh, I reckon I can stand. Ooh, we're up. Oh yeah, she's moving. She is moving quick. Oh no, she's coming back down. See, the bum shuffle is a great option because you can't really fall. You just slide. And to me that feels less scary. So that's what we're going with, except it's a bit wet. I don't really want a wet bum. Oh gosh. Gotta get down there somewhere. The shuffle continues. Positive news, that sign just there was the same sign that I saw coming in, saying something about feeling physically challenged, turn around now. But it's facing the way I'm going, which in my head means this part before that sign should be easy, and then the part it's done is the physically challenging part. Oh, there's another sign, let's see. Huh. Let's have a little squeeze here. So, Yulian Man track is what we were just on. You are here. So I can do this extra loop around that mountain, or I can just follow that back. So I did the yellow first, and then the red. This first red bit was the really hard bit, and then the last red bit. And but basically I can follow that number 5 back, which shared link trail, soldiers trail, different to the red one, and it's like not on the mountain, so it should be a bit easier. And then I can do this purple one from around here to the blue, another lookout, and then back, or I just go straight back. I'm feeling like, what am I doing? Which way do I go from here? I actually don't know which way it is, but I'm feeling like I wanted to go around the other mountain, but I'm just a bit not loving it, to be honest. Like, I'm loving it, it's beautiful, but I just feel like that was a bit beyond my threshold in terms of fear, and I'm also just covered in spiderwebs and they just don't seem to be ending, which is just bothering me. But what I might do, apparently there's a lookout nearby. I'll check this Jack Ferris lookout. I might head to that, scope out the surrounds, and then decide whether I go around Mount Tribbegargan or just straight back to the car. So it's going to focus, but that one I was just on for very experienced bushwalkers with specialised skills including navigation and emergency first aid. Not sure if that's me. Yeah, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but why is there all that smoke? I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Basically through those trees. Feeling like there wouldn't be a bushfire, it's rained all morning. And it looks very, like, specific. Maybe it's even steam. I can't smell any smoke. I can very much see it, but it doesn't look like a bushfire. Not that I know what a bushfire looks like, but anyway, that would add a spanner in the works, wouldn't it? Kidding, I would not be messing with that if it was actually... Alright, just wait a sec and see what comes of that. But in the meantime, there's that guy again. So we've got a little map here. So that one is Tribbegargan. And that's really cool. And then there's all these ones too. Apparently they were from the volcanoes. Let me read. Volcanic plugs, the cause of volcanoes which erupted and buried the existing sandstone landscape 25 billion years ago. So that's pretty cool. Bit of history for you. Gosh, it feels so nice to be running again. I'd kind of given up that, thinking this was just going to be a hike, which is fine. But got a nice, easy downhill, and it just feels so good. Move the legs, get the heart rate up from physical exertion instead of panic, which is nice. Beautiful. I finally saw someone. Oh, it was so nice. Another runner. I think I startled him, but nice to know I'm not alone out here. Alright, entering the next trail. Gonna be circumnavigating the mountain. I'm not gonna go up the mountain because I don't feel like that is something that I want or need to do right now, but I'm going around it. The reviews on all trails say easy, great views, so that sounds good to me. Alright, are you ready for a good view? Dun, 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 dun. Incredible. Look at that. Stunning. But the show must go on. Just had a little baby food rest break and we're back on. We've got about, I think, 5k's around this mountain, and then we're heading back to the car, which should be about another 5. We have our decision about whether I'm going up or not. Look at this. So they've got helmets, torch, blah blah blah, and then look at that, near vertical. That's what I felt like I was on before. Probably wasn't quite that bad. The equivalent to ascending 50-story high rise building. So I think it's flat, and then no waiting zone. High risk of ruffles. That is just not my jam. I eat high energy snacks. I've got that one covered. Drink plenty of water. Yep. Don't have the rest. Don't have a helmet. Wow, this is full on. There were signs before about not bolting into the rocks, so it must be a rock climber kind of thing. One day, definitely not today though. Loop of the mountain is done. Now I'm heading back along this easy trail, which will rejoin the hard trail that I started, but I'm taking a different way back, so fingers crossed it's just like this, easy, runnable, or at least not terrifying. It's officially hot. I think it was hot already, but it's just hit about 11:30. It's humid, it's sweaty, it's warm. I definitely haven't drank enough. I think I was just like so distracted for the first 2 hours or so. That sign makes me feel good because I know there can be difficult bike tracks, but surely it won't be like rock hopping on a bike. It should be pretty manageable. There really is nothing quite like being out in nature on your own in a relatively remote area in the middle of a heat wave in unknown areas, surrounded by spiders and wildlife, probably some snakes, and some really difficult technical rocky terrain to really make you feel connected to your surroundings and environment and the country that we get to run on or walk on, or your activity of choice. And I often do these kind of solo expeditions and I get quite scared. Like, I genuinely find it quite confronting. I think there is something about being alone in the middle of nowhere that really makes me nervous, and probably for good reason. And I don't know if I recommend doing things like that. Well, this, I think in an ideal world I would be with someone, but it's mid-morning on a Tuesday in Queensland. I don't really have an extensive list of people to call on in that situation. So it's just me, and it's a good challenge. It's a good reminder. And my number one tip is, if you have a choice, do the hard part first. Because now, knowing that I've done the most challenging part, I just feel like a big sense of relief. Still some apprehension and caution and hesitation around what could be coming up, what I might come against, but knowing that I've only got maybe 4k's to go, and so far this second half on the way back has been just really runnable, just kind of like this the whole way, which has been quite refreshing. So fingers crossed it stays relatively like this and it will have been a successful day out. Oh, these last few k's to the end have been so nice. So much fun, just beautiful, gradual downhill. Oh, I just feel so content and also relieved. But a little lesson or note for myself is to not always feel like you need to choose the most challenging routes. I do it every time because it's more exciting, it's adventurous, it feels like a proper challenge, but I've enjoyed the easy part of this much more than the hard part, so I need to remember that just because it's easy doesn't mean it's boring, doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. Easy is just as good, if not way better.